and watch the counter
3, 2, 1.
respond and start running.
Okay.
So we'll be able to gauge how long does it take me to prepare
your equipment.
my equipment. Finally, a word that is not useless out of you. Thank God for little favors. What did I do to deserve this? So now that I formed the file name, I would like to copy it to the clipboard buffer, edit, copy, file, save as, and I want to save it initially to the log subfolder. So
Did you
I'm
change
grabbing
the
a
date?
Trump Tum Tum No Garbage. I'm grabbing the previous one and pasting on top of it the new information, which is the new video file and basically the same name. Then I want to update the date and time.
Right. Which is
10:31. Don't interrupt. Don't help. Don't hurt. Just remain quiet. You cannot help. Don't hurt, please. Thank you.
It's Thursday.
The day of the week is Thursday, so I abbreviate it with capital T and lowercase h. The time of the day is 11:54 a.m. And I started already a few minutes ago, so it will be 11:45 a.m. and the current time is 11:55 a.m. And this is going to go to the log file. This is a text type of file. Copy and save, and then paste it at the top of the file name. And then file save again. In addition to that, I would like to refresh Psar. But before that, I'm going to add a comment with the log file name and path, and then replicate it in Psar. So the file name is going to be the same, except that the path is different. Psar.exe path, copy to the clipboard buffer, and then paste it on top of the log path, and then change it from TX for text to ZP for zip. These are the file type abbreviations. So now I copy to the clipboard buffer, save it, click review additional details button, and scroll up to see that was 64 steps so far. So I start anew, I add a comment with the file name of the previous Psar recording to the current one, and hit an enter to examine the path, and then OK, and then paste it at the top of my notepad and leave a blank line for separation. I don't need it to be quite that wide. Then file save. After that, new name, I would like to have some spaces, and file save. And now I'm ready to start my preparation. I'm going to start from the goggles. This is the iView goggles, which I'm disconnecting from the power supply and try to start recording. I press the button and I'm waiting for it to blink and to buzz. One buzz and it is on, but it is solid, which means that it is not recording. Another press on the button, it starts blinking, and that means that it is recording, so I'm putting it up. But in addition to that, I want to attach to it an external power bank so I don't run out of power anytime soon, and I don't have to worry about running out of power. Just help me by repeating what I say, please.
So you're gonna use a power bank, since you're gonna be working outside for a longer period of time, so
I don't know how much time I will be, but I don't want to have to worry about running out of power.
Right.
We want to have a discussion and banter like a podcast. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
So I put the power bank in my pocket, and then I take the cable. This is the USB-C cable, retractable. So I want to extend it to the max. Then I want to insert it underneath my
headband.
sweatband before I connect it to the temple of the iView video glasses. So this way it doesn't press so much on my earlobe, and I don't have to worry about it stopping in the middle of my work. Also, when the goggles fall or something like that, it will also help. In addition to the goggles, I want to put up the lanyard. So the lanyard, here's an example of what this lanyard is.
It's a cord around your neck. You're wearing.
It's a neck. It has a neck strap which I'm pulling out now.
It's a cord.
It's a cord. I'm putting it over my head.
You're resting it on your neck.
And it is a neck folded wallet.
It's a folded wallet.
Phone, badge holder, supported by an easel.
It's supported by an easel, which gives you more of an angle when you're using it. You can change the angle of the phone.
And that easel has knobs, so I'm going to tighten up the knobs. Spread the legs of the easel a little and tighten up the knobs, so that it doesn't move on its own out of this position. Mm-hmm. Then I attach it to my back with a couple of carabiners, and I'm going to point to the carabiners. In my left hand I have the blue retractable carabiners, and in the right hand is the right black carabiners, and they're going to be locked behind my back by pressing against them. Listen to the noise when I press it against each other. It makes a clicking noise. As the one carabiner pressed another against the other carabiner and
place.
Opens Trum Tum Tum in no garbage, opens the spring-loaded lock mechanism. Now I'm opening it again, and now I will demonstrate how I'm putting it behind my back, so it is tied in position above my pectoral muscles.
Underneath your Hawaiian shirt.
Underneath my shirt and behind my back. Listen to the sound.
I hear the click.
I clicked it and it is fine. Now the lower legs, it has two sets of legs. The upper legs and the lower legs. I did it for the lower legs, and now I repeat the same thing for the upper legs. The color of the carabiners is a little different. I have a green one in my left hand and a black one in my right hand. And I can bring it to the various cameras to show, as it is retractable, and I can lift it, click it, and it locks, and then press it, and it unlocks.
No, isn't that your lower one underneath your pectoral?
This is the lower sets of legs.
Right.
Each set of leg has got two carabiners.
Right.
In my right hand, in my left hand, I'm holding the green one. In my right hand, the black one, and I'm going to lock it behind my back by pressing them against each other and listen for the sound that it was locked. And then when I'm done, press the spring-loaded stopper and release them. This way, they tum-tum-tum in no garbage. They stay in position as much as possible while I'm working.
So let me just rephrase this. The first one you did were your upper ones underneath your armpits. I think you made a mistake in your explanation, and the lower ones are underneath your pictorial.
That's right.
Right
Now I want to
Start
add to,
another phone.
show how relatively easy it is to swap phones. So I'm going to lower the camera to my chest so the viewer can see better what is going on. I'm turning this phone on. This phone is fully charged 100%. So I swipe it and you can see that it is 100% and I start recording. I press camera and then I press video. I want to start from a landscape view. And now it starts recording. So now I'm ready to swap them. I'm taking the one that needs to be recharged out and put the fully charged in. I can also use a power bank, but for now I choose not to because I think that I have enough power to last. Now to secure it even more.
You're going to be working in the garden, so you're going to be changing your angles, so you don't want it to fall out.
Right, so for that purpose, I put an extra rubber band on two sides, so if one of them breaks or something happens to it, the other one will not break at the same time. I'm going to wrap it around the third leg of this three-legged easel, the leg that holds the phone.
Okay, now you can see.
And the wallet. And then spread it and put it over the phone so it holds the phone in position. Then on the right hand side I have another one, so I cross it this way, it is pulled up and remains in the middle, and I can monitor it all the time during the work to see that it is working, and if it stops I can deal with it then and adjust the trajectory. Right now I wanted to film the screen, so I'm making it perpendicular to the ground, and when I drop my gaze I can see that it is working fine.
Okay, now notice on my end you can see that this broke already.
Fine, so take another couple of rubber bands.
And you can see that this
here is two of them, and prepare another one. This is how I prepare those rubber bands. Here it is a green one and a purple one, and you want to wrap it around the part that holds everything together like so.
What part is that?
This is the third leg of the three-legged easel.
Okay.
And once it is fully stretched, then take the second piece and wrap it around the phone.
Okay.
But make sure that the top two lenses are exposed.
Right, it's not blocking the lens.
It's not blocking the lens, right. And then the next step is to put on the head-mounted tablet, but before I do that, I want to put in my rainbow cap to protect my head from the sun,
and also make less.
And also help divide the weight of this head-mounted tablet from real wear, so it doesn't press on my head so much. So now I disconnect the power bank from the wall power and monitor that it is 100% charged. You can see 100%.
It's 100% charged.
On the power bank, and I have two power banks. I have a blue one on my left-hand side that is wrapped with red Velcros, and a black one on my right-hand side that is that is attached to the head mount with a green Velcro. It has its own USB-C cable. I disconnect the red USB-C cable from the wall power and connect it to the battery pack, so it gains power from the battery.
How do you know? With the red button?
The red button means that it is still not fully charged. I left it overnight, but sometimes there are issues with the power supply, and even though it was all night long attached to the wall power, it didn't fully charge. You see that it should be green.
And it's
The
red.
light on the head-mounted tablet should be green, and it is red, which means that it is not fully charged. This way I have a couple of power banks here. I don't have to worry about it. If it is not fully charged, it will draw power from the external power banks. And then I mount it on top of my head, lower it down and see if it will work. And this is a voice activated device, so I'm going to start talking to it and telling it, my camera, record video. And it started working right away. Okay, so now I'm ready to go. So I need to shut down all the local recordings except the Psar.exe. So I'm going to start with the Loom.
Start with Loom. And how many minutes was it?
It was 15 minutes. Grab the Loom URL, copy to the clipboard buffer, and play it back in 2.5 speed to assess the quality. We'll get it to the page. How long does it take you to go there? I go. It sounds perfectly good, so I'm adding a comment and paste it into the comment field, then scroll down and click the add a summary button and paste my notes in there. Finally, I'm scrolling down to click the add chapter, add the plus add chapters button. So now I have 3 chapters by default, which I save. And finally, add tags. I'm scrolling down a little and press the add tags and add 3 tags.
Which tags?
Lanyard, videos, and badge.
Okay.
And it enters the tags for me. Now I'm ready to finish with this recording with Loom. And I'd like to refresh Psar so it won't get to be too large. So I'm going to refresh it. And one thing that I may want to do is take the Loom URL and add it to the file name. So I'm copying it to the clipboard buffer and refresh the Psar. It stands for Step Recorder. Click the button, and now my head mount stopped recording, so I'm going to tell it, record video, to start a new clip. Take the previous file name, append to it the URL from Loom, and then replace the slashes and the colons with dashes. Windows 10 prohibits certain characters like slashes and colons in the file name. So I remove them, and now I have a complete URL revised.
You want to change the time?
I want to change the version and add an A after the year 2004 sub A, and the current time is 12:12. So I'm changing the initial time 11:55 to 12:12. This is going to be PM already, which means that it's about
over half an hour.
15 minutes and close to half an hour.
Half an hour.
And now I'm ready to copy to the clipboard buffer, save it, and click on Review Additional Details button to see how many steps was it. And this was step number 59. As I start anew and add a comment with the previous file name, first in the current Psar.exe file name, which stands for Problem Step Recorder Executable. And now I paste it in my notes, edit paste, and widen it so it doesn't need to wrap around, and then file save. So I've basically left with a few more recordings, which I'm going to stop. So I'm pressing the
Stop.
side